Hi family, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, this is the first video for 2023. This year our scripture is Philippians 3:14. We are pressing forward, never backwards, always forward. Family, if this is the first time that you are seeing me, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, please go ahead and like and comment. This year, guys, let's start to comment down below. Ask me questions, give me ideas for videos that you want to see this year so that I can continuously bring you some good content and content that you are looking for. Now, let me just put in a disclaimer. When I first started this channel, I wanted to give you guys a lot of interior design tools, a lot of education on interior design, because as I was starting to get into watching YouTube a lot, before I used to only watch YouTube for music. I didn't know I had all this content on here. So when I decided that I was going to do this, I did it because I saw so much mistakes being made on here. I saw so much bad information being given out by, even smaller vloggers. So I wanted to start a channel so that I can help educate the people, give you guys some free education. However, I also was into doing a lot of DIYs, so I started sharing those, and those seem to have been the videos that people wanted to see from me. However, this year I am going to guide you guys back to where I really wanted this channel to be, give you guys the information, and you can be feeling confident and go and get this done yourself, right? Guys, let's get into today's video. As the caption states, we're going to talk about bad design trends that are not welcome in 2023. They weren't even welcome in 2022, but nobody seemed to have sent out the message, or you guys just didn't get the memo. Well, I'm going to give you the memo right now, and I'm going to go through it with you so that you would not make these design mistakes and your home will look like that hotel, luxurious, homey feel that you have been looking for. Mistake number one that I see that we're not going to bring into 2023. And it's one of the biggest pet peeves that I have that drives me nuts when I see it. And that is hanging two different color curtains on the same rod. Guys, this is what our grandmas used to do. Why are we doing it now? So, if you want to put up two curtains, let's try doing double rods. There is something called double rods, for those of you who did not know. Don't hang two curtains, different color curtains on the same rod. If you want to hang, I will call your panel in the front, which will, probably be the one you have with the print or the more heavier color. And then on the back, you'll put your shears, should be your shears, on the back. Then that needs to be two separate rods, okay? If you don't want to do two rods, try doing something like these. The Motorized Blinds. Guys, they're so affordable now. They're not as expensive as they used to be back in the day. You can literally get these at a very good price. And I will link a company that I have been using, and I have had really great success with their products. So I will definitely link that company down in the description. But you can, like I said, you can look into using Motorized Blinds or just get double rods and stop hanging these. Stop doing it. It will kill your entire design, okay? So that is not welcome in 2023. The next design mistake that I am seeing that I don't want to see in 2023 is in your prestige looking spaces, like your dining room, your living room, I would say like your master bedroom, those places. Let's move away from using grommets. The grommets on your drapery, it kind of cheapens the look of the drapery. So if you want to have that elegant look, if you want to have that custom look, let's say, because when you have the grommets, they don't look as custom. But if you do the triple pleating, if you hang from the rings, that gives your whole space a custom look. It gives your drapery, your window treatment a custom look. And guys, I'm going to show you the difference. I still have it up because I have not ordered my curtains for my dining room as yet. So I'm going to show you, instead of using somebody else's space, I'm going to show you in my space. Because I know every time I look over in my dining room, I'm like, over there, that window treatment looks so cheap. And it's because of the grommets, okay? So let's not use those in 2023. Again, I have a vendor that I am going to list in the description where you can get custom drapes. It's not expensive as you guys think at all. You can get custom drapes. You can get blackouts. You can get, if you don't want it to be blackout, it don't have to be. Like, it's so many different options you can get, and it's very, very affordable now to get custom drapes. So guys, let's treat our window treatments this year, going forward, with a little bit more respect. Design trend number 3 that we're going to try to move away from is having these heavy colors on your walls in your bedrooms. If you want to have a peaceful sleep, try not putting heavy dark colors in your bedrooms. The reds and those type of colors, the purples and stuff, those colors do not allow you to get a good night's rest. Sometimes you'll feel like in your space, like you'll wake up, you're feeling very moody and not a good moody. It's because of the colors that you're using in your space. Don't put those heavy colors on your walls. Plus, they're so hard to take out when you want to take them out. You got to prime the wall, and it's best to prime it, have your primer tint to a gray color, because that would help to wash it out for your new color that you're trying to put on your wall. In your bedrooms, I would say try to use some type of a wallpaper. Maybe on, say, if you want to create an accent wall. Accent walls were out there now, right back in. And what's also in, I've seen a lot that's going to be very trending in 2023. Guys, I've been telling you guys, do not follow too much trends. But if you're a person that likes to change a lot, you don't mind it, you want to follow trends. One trend that I'm seeing is where you paint the entire room that one color. So it will be your baseboards the same color but a different sheen. Your walls the same exact color, and your ceilings. A lot of times we forget our ceilings. So I am seeing that where it's going to be trending in 2023. I don't know if it's going to move over into 2024, but as of now, it's trending very heavy. I don't like trends, so I don't push my clients to do trends, okay? But let's keep our bedrooms, especially our master bedroom. Let's keep those more on the neutral colors. Brown is in this year, so you can go with browns if you don't want to do the off-whites. You can go with a nice warm brown, and I will pop those in so you can see some ideas of how you can go for 2023 in your room. Design mistake number 4. Stop putting these tall plants that's too tall for your space. If that plant is touching the ceiling, it don't belong in that space. Like, really? Can you let the plant grow? Can you put it in a space where it can grow? If it's hitting the ceiling, why is it in that space? Plus, you have to remember, when you have a plant that has a lot of foliage on it, it takes up a lot of visual space. So you don't want that plant to be so big that it's taking up the visual space in your room. A plant is supposed to complement your space, so let it complement the space, but don't allow it to dominate the space. So if a plant is oversized, maybe it's time to either downsize, or maybe it's time to move it to another space where it can continue to grow and flourish like it should be. Number 5. Guys, I do not want to see this nowhere on YouTube. I don't want it, don't do it. Just don't do it. In 2023, you should not have been doing it at all. But since nobody seems to be mentioning it, I'm going to mention it. Guys, stop putting rugs in your space that's too small. Your rug is supposed to cover the floor. It's supposed to anchor your furniture. And in anchoring your furniture, meaning your furniture should be sitting on that rug. Don't buy a rug where your coffee table is the only furniture in the space that can go on that rug. It's too small. I have seen rugs that are probably supposed to be somewhere in a large powder bathroom or maybe in your kitchen as a runner, and it's in the living room. Stop it. Stop it. I do not want to see that in 2023. When you are purchasing a rug, you should measure out, number one, your furniture, and your biggest piece of furniture should be the one you want to anchor everything to. Measure it. Ensure that that rug is going to either fall at least 6 inches on each side or more. You would kind of get away depending on how the placement is in a room, with it maybe just being right on the edge, but that depends on the placement of your other pieces in the room. Outside of that, you should not be no less than 6 inches on each side. Me, I always go for at least 15 inches on each side. So I include 30 inches to the size of my biggest piece of furniture. Now, if you're using an L sofa, an L-shaped sectional, remember now, you have to consider the piece that goes the opposite direction. You have to consider the L. So on the outside of that other L, you have to not just have your width or have your length, but you need to also incorporate your width to ensure that that is also at least 6 inches beyond that return. I will pop it in and show you guys how your carpet should be placed for a sectional. Design mistake number 6. We do not want to see this in 2023. Stop putting small little knickknacks spaced out on a shelf as though you have a store and you're going on clearance so you don't got nothing left. It's not cute. Don't do it, okay? When you're styling shelves, when you're styling tables, try to do groups. You group some pieces together. When you start spreading them out, it looks very scanty. It still looks very empty. The pieces that you're using is too small for the shelf. You don't have the up and down elevation that I've spoken about many times. You do that so your eye would have somewhere to travel. That's what you want to do in design. Your eye should always want to travel up, down, and it will make everything look very cohesive. Okay, so stop using very small knickknacks. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to see it in 2023. Design mistake where we at? Number 7. Design mistake number 7. If you have a small space, stop putting so much furniture in that small space. You're making the space feel even smaller. You're making it look cluttered. You're standing there trying to figure out, oh, what is it that is wrong with my space? You have too much furniture. That's what's wrong with your space. Remove all that furniture. You do not have to use every piece that you have purchased over the years. You have to learn to divorce yourself from some of your pieces. Put them away, give them away, sell them, do something, but do not put them in that small space because they cannot fit. When you're designing or doing a layout in a space, the one thing that we designers always ensure, or we should always be ensuring that we're doing, is that making sure that that space is functional. For a space to be functional, it should have proper circulation, meaning you're supposed to be able to travel through the space without having all these obstacles in front of you. Okay, so you don't have to use every piece that you have. Sometimes you don't need those 2 accent chairs. If you guys remembered when I bought my sectional and I had those 2 blue chairs, and it was just too much furniture. And my living room is huge. I have a very big living room, and for such a big living room, it still had too much furniture in the space. Those 2 accent chairs had to go. I love them. I had just bought them a few months ago, but I had to get rid of them because they were not working in my space anymore. So guys, declutter the furniture. Stop using so much furniture in your space. Design mistake number 8. Design mistake number 8. Listen, when you're purchasing furniture, you don't have to purchase the whole set. You don't have to purchase the 2 nightstands, the dresser, the chest, all these stuff. You don't have to purchase all of them. You don't have to. When you do that, you make your space look like a furniture store that is just full of all these matching pieces. You should always want your design to look custom. You should always want your space to feel custom, feel very eclectic, that you found this very beautiful piece, these beautiful nightstands, and you think that they will complement your bed so well, so you put them together. And then you may find some people like dressers. I hate dressers in a bedroom, but if you're one that likes dressers, maybe you might find a dresser that more complements the bed than it does the nightstands, or it complements the nightstands. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want too much matchy pieces. You do not have to buy every piece that comes with that set. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What I always try to tell my clients is, let's move if you want to have a dresser, let's move that dresser into your closet. If your closet can hold a dresser, move it. I have a dresser. My closet is not huge. I have a dresser in my closet. It's not out here in my living space. It's in the closet. The less furniture you have in your bedroom, especially a master bedroom, it opens it up to be more relaxing. You can probably add a sofa in that space where you can relax, read a book. You want that versus you want a dresser. When you get these dressers, you feel like you got to put all these stuff on top of them, and then your space starts to feel cluttered, and then that idea that you had for this hotel feel room, it's not there anymore because you done threw a whole big old dresser in that space. And the next tip is, if you're gonna put a dresser in that space, don't buy the mirror that comes with it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't pay that extra, like an extra $150, $200 for the mirror. Let them keep the mirror and you keep your $150 or $200. Do not buy the mirror with the dresser. Don't do it. So like I was just saying, which will go into number 9. I already mentioned what number 9 is, which is try putting your dresser and your chest, try putting those things in your closet versus having all those furniture pieces in your room. Organize your closet where you can put all your clothing in your closet. And if you have a closet, a walk-in closet, and all your clothes can't fit in that closet, maybe we need to start decluttering some of these clothes. You have stuff for about 5 years that you haven't worn yet. Why you still have it? Can you bless someone? So you want to free up your spaces. You know, if you have a closet space, utilize the closet space for those type of chunky furniture pieces, and keep the surfaces clean and free of clutter. Don't put a whole bunch of stuff on top there. Don't try to, fill it up with all your perfumes and all these other knickknacks that we put on top of our furniture pieces. Okay? Design mistake number 10. We are counting down. We have reached down to the end, and I'm giving you number 10. Number 10 is having too much stuff on your countertop. Every appliance that you bought, I know it looks pretty, that's why you bought it. It don't have to sit on top of your counter, especially if you don't use it every day. Some of us don't even use it for a whole week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but it's sitting on the counter. Then you want to go ahead and add all the other stuff on your counter. The dish drainers. I don't think by now in 2023, any one of us should be using any dish drainers. And if you're using the dish drainers, wipe them dishes off, pack them away, and then put the dish drainer away. Put it under the shelf. Put it under there. Okay? Don't keep it up on top. Remember now, we're decluttering our surfaces. Sometimes you can't even get a good space on your surface to do what you have to do because you have too many things on the surface. Let's try to declutter our countertops and ensure that our spaces are looking spanking brand new at all times. Sometimes we feel like we have to go do a full renovation, and all that renovation is for us to declutter the muck. Okay, so no more in 2023 should I see all that clutter in all your appliances that you bought that you thought was cute sitting up on top of the counter. Yeah. Guys, this is a bonus. I'm going to give you 2 bonuses. 2 bonus. Bonus number 1. If you're using black in your space, if you're using gold in your space, if you're using silver in your space, everything does not have to be that color. You have to break it up to give the eyes a break. Too much of anything is bad. We all know that. So you don't have to have everything, every accessory that you purchase gold. You need to break that up. You need to just, if what you're going for is that gold, then you need to throw other things in there to help complement the goal. Otherwise, it's just too much. So too much of anything is bad. If you're going to use black in your space, of course we know black makes a space look dark. Okay? So you do not want, and it starts to make the space look smaller, I think is the word I wanted to use. So black makes a space start to look smaller. So if you have too much black, it's going to dwarf your space. It's going to make that space look smaller. So let's try to mix it up. And one of the big things I would say mix it up with is start adding some wood tones into your space. Add in these wood tones, the warmer wood tones, and then you throw a black on it. If you do that, it's definitely going to make your space feel very eclectic, very put together, and very elegant. Add wood pieces into your space versus it being black but more of wood tones, warm wood tones. And bonus tip number 2, it is okay. I promise you guys, it's okay to not have something on every wall. I always say it, I'm saying it again, I've said it several times through this video. Your eyes need a break. You do not have to put a piece of artwork or a piece of decor. You do not have to put something on every surface wall in a room. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to look like too much. You have to allow your design to breathe. The design needs to breathe. Give it a chance to breathe. Therefore, don't have something on every wall. You do not have to address every wall. You have your focal wall, you address your focal wall, and if you have a very large wall after your focal wall going the opposite direction, you might want to put a piece of furniture. You want to create a vignette. So you create a vignette on that space, and that's it. That's enough. Okay? So those are some of the design tips, and I gave you guys 2 bonuses to go away with. On my next video, I am going to speak a little bit more on how you could go about putting a space together. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And guys, thank you. And let's go into 2023 feeling confident to design our own spaces by ourselves. You can do it. If you can put an outfit together, you can put a space together. Bye for now, and see you guys on my next one. Design for life.